the basic shape of watermelon is circle. So make one big circle at the center. After drawing one full circle, draw semicircle. Half of the watermelon, draw a semicircle. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, this is the semicircle. This is the full watermelon and this is the half cut watermelon. Circle and intersecting semicircle. Make sure your pencil sketch is too light. And now you can erase this extra lines. Okay, erase the extra lines. If you have observed properly the watermelon, there will be lines. One dark line, dark and light. Okay, that's what we are creating in today in our painting. So you can directly use paint or you can just mark the lines. I think it's better to use paint directly. Okay, that's it, the pencil work. Let us start with the painting part. Keep your palette and paint and water container and brushes, everything ready. So what is the main color for the watermelon? There are only two colors to use, green and red. Okay, green and red. So this is the sap green color and the dark green. So this is the dark green. It's written viridian hue here. I don't know, you use whatever dark green and light green you have. And then the red color. It's written crimson lake here. You can use your red color. And also yellow color. We are only using these four colors in today's class. Gambo's hue is you can take lemon yellow. Lemon yellow. Take one large size brush that you have now. First, take large size brush. First part is to wet the paper and then color completely. Cover the watermelon completely with the light color. So the first color that we are going to use is lemon yellow. Mix a little bit of green. Okay. So all this portion has to be dark. You can erase the extra lines. Erase the extra lines. Okay. Take lemon yellow and the sap green. So here is my yellow color. I'll mix little bit. I'll keep this sap green in the side of the same well here. Okay. And then be careful about the mixing. Just look at here carefully. And it's important to have one waste floor while you paint to remove the water from the brush. I'll teach you properly how to mix the color. If this is a glass of water, wash your brush. If you have more water in your brush, take a cloth and rub and just remove the water from it if it has more water. Then now, first layer has to be very light. That's why take yellow more and then very little amount of green. Lemon yellow and very little amount of green color. Start coloring the watermelon from the bottom part here, like this. Very light color. First layer has to be very light. Okay, this light. It has to be this light. So this portion, look at the screen. This portion, so much portion has to be white, left white, to show the shadow effects, shadow and light effects. This portion has to be kept white. Don't color completely with the yellow. This portion has to be white itself. And this is the first layer, just a little bit of yellow. And the second layer. Now using the same brush, you don't have to wash your brush. So second time when you make the color dark, you don't have to wash your brush. Just remove the water from it and then take pure sap green color or light green, sap green or light green, then color it. This is the second layer. Start from the bottom. As you move towards the center, it has to be light. You can just mix a little bit of dark green. So now, as you can see my screen, here is a sap green, here is a dark green. Okay, you can mix little of sap green and a little of dark green. Mix those two colors. Okay, now you have to give some patches. As you move, this is the center line, center oval circle. As this line moves towards that point, it has to be light because light is directly falling onto this surface and the other surface has to be dark. Now that you use dark green color for the outer part, mix this dark green with some black color to give more depth. This is black and green color. I'm using dark green now. Continue making those lines. Randomly make some brush strokes like this. Okay? Wash your brush to make the color light and then again apply. To make the color light, add more water and remove the water using some cloth. And the center point where everything, all the lines joins, make it in a brown color. Take brown, just mark one circle in the middle. So next we'll go with the half cut watermelon. This is also simple. Start with the light, very light green color. And the next color, the inner part of the watermelon, that is red color. So this is the red color that I have. So add more water and less color and just mix it. Look at the screen. Just mix until you get very light red, very light. The color has to be very light. So this is the first layer. You can add a little bit of orange also for the red color. So you will get the pure watermelon color if you add little bit of orange too for the red color. Okay, and as you move towards the bottom part of the watermelon, it has to merge two colors. It has to be very light in color. Coming from the darkest to the lightest portion. So this part has to be very light. Carefully listen the instructions. This part has to be dark, and as you move down, the part has to be light, very, very light. This part. I'm mixing black and little bit of dark brown color for the outline of the watermelon. Okay, and then let us come to the center portion, the pulp of the watermelon. Now, the second layer has to be dark, right? So that's why use less water, make use of cloth to remove the water. And now again, take red and orange. If you have more water, just remove this like this using the cloth. It has to be dark, that's why it has to be very dry. Brush has to be dry. So this is red and orange. Mix properly both the colors, and then this layer will be the dark, the pulp of the watermelon. Just make some random here also, make some random twisting of brushes, any in any direction. So make sure you're leaving certain portion here and there with white in color, not white, light in color. Okay, certain portions in here, in somewhere in the middle or at the top or at the center, leave it as it is. Keep adding more colors. Keep adding more layers. You can keep adding more layers until you get that proper shade texture, pulp like uh, texture. some portion has to be left as it is. And the last, final part, the important part in watermelon, important thing in watermelon is its seeds. Let us make some few seeds on the pulp. Okay, now so for that take black color, and again now you have to make use of very thin point brush. So here it is, a thin point, very thin point brush. If I apply more water, it will be more thin like this. You get yourself one thin pointed brush from next class, and then take black color. What is the shape of the seed in watermelon? See, something like oval shaped, which will be thin, sharp at one edge. Make sure your this red color and orange color that you have applied is dry, or else you'll get this type of spreadings. Please avoid that. Let your painting dry, and later at the end you can add seeds.